Today on the CTV News at 5. Southern Albertans hope to be the big winners of this weekend's history-making lotto jackpot. Plus, relief for Alberta college and university students as the province freezes tuition and comes up with more money.
CTV News with Jackie Scantlebury.
Good afternoon. Lottery kiosks have been busy today. Saturday's estimated Lotto 649 jackpot, $55 million. It would be the largest single jackpot in Canadian history. And many Southern Albertans say they would be happy to have even just a share of that. Terry Vogt reports.
At this Lethbridge gas station, there's been a steady lineup of customers looking for a quick fill-up and a quick pick for Saturday's Lotto 649 draw, a jackpot estimated at $55 million.
That'd be beautiful. I'd love to have that.
Yeah, that would be nice. $55 would be nice.
Donna Frayne says she buys tickets every week for admitting and other staff at the Chinook Regional Hospital. She's hoping their luck will change this weekend.
They call me the $2 queen because I win $2 all the time.
It wasn't too long ago that Lethbridge was considered a charmed place to buy lottery tickets. Last November, the city was getting a reputation as Luckbridge after a run of good fortune, with several people winning fortunes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of nearly $46 million on November 14th.
Joanne and Dwayne Thompson of Lethbridge were stunned by their big win, followed by 8 employees from the city of Lethbridge who won $100,000 in the Lotto Max Extra. Some ticket buyers say it's time for Southern Alberta to get another winning streak going.
Well, you hear a lot of it back east that they're winning a lot of the jackpots. No matter how high or how low, it's always back east. But thumbs up for Alberta. Come on, people. Let's pull together and we can win it.
If only it was that easy. Terry Vogt, CTV News, Lethbridge.
But don't bank on quitting your job just yet. The odds of winning an 80% share of the big prize, an estimated 1 in 13,983,816. Speaking of money, the Alberta government is issuing a challenge to its post-secondary institutions. They have frozen tuition for the 2013-2014 academic year at its current levels, and they've challenged schools to find financial efficiencies without resorting to boosting tuition costs. The province is also kicking in a $16 million funding bonus. Keaton Grababak reports.
There's a quiet sense of relief in the halls of the University of Lethbridge. A tuition freeze means costs will remain the same for students in the coming year. A challenge issued by the Alberta government to cut costs, but not make up ground on the backs of already cash-strapped students. Student Union VP Julia Adolph says it's a step in the right direction.
Students basically are just told, hey, this is what's happening, and then the institution implements it. So we don't have any say whether or not our fees are going to be affected. So we could see our tuition still stay frozen, but our fees could go up at any time.
The tuition freeze comes a month after the government asked schools to cut 7% from their operating budget, the largest such cut in 20 years. Student debt is on the rise in the province. Loans are budgeted to go up from $268 million in 2011 to more than $425 million next year. Students at the university say they're happy to see the tuition freeze in place. But if fees for books and classes increase, the freeze will be the last thing on their minds when it comes to paying for their education.
I think it's a good thing to have a freeze in the tuition. It won't be increasing. But at the same time, if books go up, that's a big chunk of money.
The other fees that get added on is what definitely makes school more expensive.
When I make a decision about where I'm going to school, the price is definitely going to factor in because, you know, if I can't afford to go somewhere, I can't go there, and that's about it.
Adolph says students need to be aware of what changes will directly affect them and what it means for their education and its costs.
I think students really need to pay attention still. We still need to fight this. It's still not good in any way, shape, or form. But the tuition freeze, yes, we do applaud the government for doing that. But in the end, it's not sustainable.
Keaton Grababak, CTV News, Lethbridge.
Undergrads in Alberta currently pay about $5,800 per year in tuition, and that is around $300 more than the national average. Alberta also has the lowest post-secondary participation rate in Canada. So this is my Dress Like Dory Rossiter day. Thank you, Dory. I'm a big fan.
Yes, we got the memo right today.
We did.
Yeah, we look like stewardesses. I don't know. Anyway. But the weather, on the other hand, the weather is not looking fun as we head into the weekend. I'll have more details about that, but have a parka handy. As we said yesterday, you're going to need all kinds of accessories clothes-wise. So I'll tell you all the details in a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Dory. A 43-year-old Japanese national has been charged with keeping a common body house in Medicine Hat. Hui Chung Lau is charged with obstructing a peace officer and having the proceeds of crime as well. It's believed Lau illegally came to Canada in 2010. Canada Border Services Agency has issued a detention order. Lau will be back in court next week. And the man who staged a death-defying jump from the high-level bridge in Lethbridge made his first court appearance today. Johnny Corthias got worldwide attention after making the base jump in January. He has been charged by CP Rail as well as Lethbridge Regional Police for trespassing. They could carry a $10,000 fine. Corthias has publicly apologized for the jump, saying he didn't intentionally break the law and isn't encouraging others to take such a risky leap. His case has been set over until April 26th. It's official. We'll be paying another 44 cents on our cell phone bill each month to help pay for 911 call centers in the province. New legislation has been passed that the government says will help level the playing field. Wireless subscribers will now pay the same fees that landline users have paid for years. The levy will help call centers integrate technologies like GPS and texting into their operations. RCMP are shifting their major crimes unit out of Lethbridge and are reassigning the positions to Central Alberta. The major crimes unit based in Lethbridge had 4 members. Those officers were responsible for investigating murders and other serious crimes. But they were often investigating cases in Calgary, Hobbema, and other parts of Central Alberta. RCMP say the units are mobile and work on a consolidated basis. They maintain being dispatched out of one location won't have any impact on service.
You know, we are very fortunate. We live in one of the most law-abiding places in Canada. We don't have the propensity of serious crimes that other areas have. On the other side of it is the files are getting more and more complicated, and the amount of administration that needs to go along with those serious crimes takes a lot of people.
The positions are being transferred to Calgary, but the entire unit is soon going to be stationed out of Airdrie. Well, it's music to the ears of Fort Macleod's most famous ride. The town has been given enough money to help the musical ride squeak by for one more season. Riders will start training in the next couple of weeks for the ride's 41st year. The Fort Macleod Historical Association says the Alberta government's decision to cut all funding to the Student Temporary Employment Program was a shock to the community. The ride attracts about 20,000 tourists each summer. It also provides 12 jobs for youth from across southern Alberta. Ride officials say the funding came as a relief, but it's not a long-term fix.
I was relieved to find out that we were somewhat okay, like we're still under what we need for the ride, but we're there. We've got enough that we can continue on and just hope that we can gather the rest as the year moves forward.
The musical ride is hoping to attract some new corporate sponsorship for next season. Lethbridge Public School District 51 has named a new superintendent. Dr. Cheryl Gilmore will take over as superintendent and CEO on August the 1st. She becomes the first woman to take the helm of the school district and is the first graduate of the district to rise to the role of the superintendent. Gilmore comes with more than 30 years of dedication to education and learning. She says this kind of move is like coming home.
I have to say there is. I indicated that it feels like coming home, and in many ways it does. I went to high school here, as was mentioned, at Winston Churchill High School, and my husband Don was a graduate of LCI, so for both of us it feels like coming home a little bit, and there's a sense of pride of being able to come into a system and serve a system that served me well as a student.
Very solid. She has the range of experience that we wanted at all levels. And she's done a lot beyond her own district in terms of involvement with professional organizations and a lot of study on her own.
Gail Moore will finish out the school year as superintendent of the Horizon School Division. It's a position she's held since 2006. A community fundraiser is being held this weekend to help a Lethbridge animal rescue shelter that was devastated by fire. On March the 5th, the Last Chance Cat Ranch was leveled by fire. Investigators blame faulty wiring in the attic. It claimed the lives of roughly 30 cats and severely injured several others. Vet bills have totaled more than $30,000, but thanks to the generosity of supporters, they've been able to cover those costs. The benefit will be held Saturday, 6 o'clock at the Royal Canadian Legion. A quick correction to a story we brought you yesterday. Aggie Days is indeed returning to Exhibition Park, but not this weekend. Aggie Days will be going on April the 23rd and 24th. It's a chance for kids to not only learn about how important agriculture is, they also get hands-on experience with things like cow milking, sheep shearing, and rope making. A young lady from Lethbridge will have the chance to compete on the Miss World Canada stage next month. Becky Friesen is a University of Lethbridge biology major who spends most of her time doing lab experiments. But next month, she'll don an evening gown and vie against 32 others for the title of Miss World Canada. According to Friesen, it's a pageant with a purpose, which is what she says drew her to the competition in the first place.
It's one of the only pageants in the world that's really focused on humanitarian efforts and in philanthropy. So it's a leadership program designed to kind of develop the skills, business skills, interview skills, public relations skills of young women, and to encourage them to be successful in their careers within their communities.
Now, Friesen is still looking for sponsors to make it to the competition in May. If she wins, she'll represent Canada in the Miss World pageant that will happen in Indonesia later this year. Time now for a look at how the markets wrapped up the week.